peace deal signed, flags lowered, the world exhaled, and then America struck Iran. Tonight, we break down the most shocking geopolitical moment of 2026, a United States military strike on Iran, just days after both nations signed a historic agreement. What triggered it? What does it mean for the world? And is the Middle East about to explode again? Stay with us. This story is moving fast. Let's start with the facts, because in a story this big, facts are everything. On June 17, 2026, the United States and Iran signed what officials called a memorandum of understanding. A diplomatic agreement, a breakthrough. The kind of moment that gives diplomats hope and makes headlines around the world. Both sides agreed to lower tensions, to talk, to step back from the edge. The world called it a turning point. Less than 2 weeks later, everything changed. The United States Central Command launched military strikes against Iran. The official reason? Iran had attacked a commercial ship, the Ever Lovely, in international waters. One ship, one attack. And just like that, the fragile peace was gone. The Pentagon confirmed the operation. No American casualties were reported, but the message from Washington was loud and clear. The United States will not tolerate threats to international shipping, not even in the middle of a peace deal. Now, here is the question everyone is asking. Why would Iran do this? Why attack a commercial ship right after signing a peace agreement with America? Experts are pointing to 3 possible explanations, and all 3 of them are deeply alarming. Reason number 1, internal pressure. Iran's hardline military factions, specifically the Revolutionary Guard, have never trusted diplomacy with America. They may have acted without the government's full approval. A rogue operation designed to blow up a deal they never wanted in the first place. Reason number 2, a deliberate test. Iran wanted to see what America would actually do. Would Washington look the other way to protect the peace deal? Would they blink? The answer, as we now know, was no. Reason number 3, and this one is critical, the Israel and Lebanon factor. Just hours before the United States strike, Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced a United States brokered framework agreement between Israel and Lebanon. Iran backs Hezbollah in Lebanon. A peace deal there is a direct threat to Iranian power and influence in the region. The attack on the Ever Lovely may have been Iran's signal to the world that it will do whatever it takes to stop peace from taking hold in the Middle East. Whichever reason is true, or if it is all 3, the consequences are enormous. So how is the world reacting? In Europe, governments are on edge. NATO is already under serious pressure. The Pentagon is conducting a full review of United States military forces in Europe, and a fresh conflict in the Middle East could pull American military attention away from other flashpoints. European leaders are watching very closely and nervously. In Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu welcomed the American strike, calling it a necessary and justified response to Iranian aggression. Israel and the United States are more aligned today than they have been in years, but that alignment comes at a cost, and that cost is measured in regional stability. In Iran, state media was initially silent. Then came the denials, then the threats, then the familiar cycle of escalation that the world has seen play out before. And in global markets, oil prices spiked immediately. The Strait of Hormuz, through which nearly 20% of the world's entire oil supply passes every single day, sits right in the middle of this conflict zone. When that region shakes, energy prices go up everywhere. In your country, at your gas station, in your monthly bills. This is not just a Middle East story. This is a story that affects every person watching this video right now. So what comes next? Analysts are watching 3 possible scenarios, and they could not be more different from each other. Scenario 1. De-escalation. Both sides step back. The Memorandum of Understanding holds. This strike is treated as a one-time response to a one-time provocation. Diplomats return to the table. Peace gets another chance. This is possible, but it requires both sides to want peace more than they want power. Scenario 2. Proxy retaliation. This is Iran's most well-known playbook. They do not strike America directly. Instead, they activate their wide network of proxy forces in Yemen, in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, and slowly bleed American interests over months, quietly, painfully, without ever crossing the line that forces a full military response. Scenario 3. Full escalation. The peace deal collapses completely. Iran restarts its nuclear program at full speed. The entire Middle East enters its most dangerous and unstable chapter since 2020. Nobody in Washington, Tehran, or Brussels wants this to happen. But history does not always care what we want. The next 72 hours are critical. Watch what Iran says publicly. Watch what America does quietly. And watch the oil price, because that single number will tell you, faster than any press conference or government statement, exactly what the markets believe is really coming next. This is one of those moments that could define the next decade of global politics. A peace deal that looked like genuine hope, now hanging by a thread. A region that was beginning to breathe, now holding its breath all over again. We will be tracking every single development as it unfolds. If you want to stay ahead of this story, and stories like it, subscribe right now and hit the notification bell. We cover the news that matters, the way it deserves to be covered. And I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think America made the right call? Or did this strike just make a very dangerous world even more dangerous? I will read every single comment. See you in the next one.